evening. Oh my God, Lord, y'all know I'm a little tired today. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back to another edition of Voices of Vision. We are extremely happy today. I'm excited. This is our 19th show, and you all have to understand it's very hard doing a show over the internet where you're still attracting viewers. So number one, we want to definitely thank, and my co-hosts, I'm pretty sure when they come on, we want to thank you all for tuning in. We started with maybe 50 viewers, and some of our posts have gotten 14.7 thousand views and on and on. And we are here to really, really affect and make change that's going to continue generation to come. So I just want to thank you all so much. And I'm grateful for you all because this platform is truly blowing up. We have a lot of things to share with you guys. We have a lot of a very special guest that I'm excited to introduce in a minute. Before I do that, I would like to introduce my beautiful co-host, Jocelyn Hurt.
Hello.
Video number 19.
19 episodes, 19 episodes.
I am so ecstatic. Like, I'm really, really excited because it's hard to fall off. You know, life and everything going on. Everybody knows 2020 has really been a very interesting year. I'm not going to say it was a bad year. You never want to put that out there because I do believe what devil meant for bad, God turns around for your good. It's just all about your perspective. And I really feel like this year gave us a chance to sit still and look at ourselves. So, and really be able to sit and make, you know, positive change. I would like to introduce my second beautiful co-host, Rachel Hill.
Rachel, hey Ray.
Hey everybody.
I know I said it earlier, but you look amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
You do. You really look amazing. I can't believe it's our 19th episode.
It seems like so much more though. Like there's really so many things that have happened in the world and so many topics. I'm like, only 19? It feels like we did 73.
Yes.
Right. It's weird.
Yeah. Because
it's
each
really
topic got hotter and hotter, and it felt like we was doing like 3 in 1.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
And then we still got part 2s to do of many of them, many of our shows. I don't want to keep this trailblazer. Oh my God. This woman right here.
Wait. You forgot to say hi to Heidi.
Wait, hold up, wait. Heidi, we miss you. Heidi is amazing. Everybody knows Heidi is teaching, but she's also an amazing activist for her students. When I tell you her students are like her children, they're like her children, and she drops everything when it comes to her babies. I admire her so much because of that. So she is not able to join us tonight because she is actually helping some of her students do some things that is very important. So we love you, Heidi. We totally miss you so much. We got so much to tell you. We miss you. And I'm pretty sure a lot of our guests miss you because they're like, where's Heidi? Heidi, you know you got people on here got crushes on you and stuff, girl. So without further ado, I would like to introduce a young lady that I was not privy to knowing her story before my story. And I wish that I had been, because I think that a lot of things that I went through, a lot of mistakes that I may have made, I may not have made had I been able to grab a hold of her. And she had been reaching out to us, but you know, Jocelyn, our email, my box just got flooded. But God always connects you at the right time. She's a trailblazer. I love the fact that she still stands and she speaks truth to power, no matter what happened, because a lot of people, it's easy to give up once you get knocked down. It is very easy. And she's also making effective change. This woman is creating laws. That's where we need it, creating laws that is going to impact us for generations to come. Without further ado, I want to humbly introduce Cariol Horne.
Yes.
Hello. Hi.
We are so excited. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm sitting here like a little kid. I'm so serious.
You know what? Dude, you've been doing it. You've been trying to create change also, so you know what to do.
Yeah. But I'm happy to be able to sit amongst somebody that's ran the race that I'm going. You are a trailblazer for me.
I tried to reach out because I knew what you were going to go through. But like you said, God connects us at the correct time. So we're here now.
Yes.
We're here now.
That's right.
So I didn't know if you wanted to tell maybe a small part of your story before we show the video, because we're going to show the video. I have to.
Okay.
That video, and then you can tell who wrote I want you to tell who wrote it and all that stuff.
Okay, so back in 2006, I stopped a coworker, which was another police officer, from choking a handcuffed man. Neil Mack was his name, or is his name because he's still living. So when I stopped him from choking him, then out of all the charges, and the call was about a check in the mail that had not even came. So I was the only one that got any repercussions from that. Neil Mack's charges were even dropped. But because I stopped him from choking him, I was punched in the face, pulled back when my rotator cuff was torn, taken off of injury on duty status, and forced to have a hearing or take 10-day suspension. And I refused to take 10-day suspension for something that I did not do. So because I had never been suspended out of all of the years that I was on a job, I wasn't trying to make that my first time. So bottom line is I was eventually fired after the hearing, which was kangaroo court, but you would understand how that goes. And I lost my pension. This officer continued to beat on people where he eventually went to federal prison for another case, but he also choked another officer that was on duty and forced to retire. So I was told he was forced to retire, but he still got a pension and I still don't have a pension. So I didn't want any other officer to go through what I had gone through. So that's why I created Cariols Law. And, when I presented it to Terry Watson, who's in Pennsylvania, he started Strategies for Justice. His grandfather, I believe, was the first New York City police officer or Black police officer. So we have to get Terry on too, because he can tell you more about that. But either way, he also added to Cariols Law. We presented it, and then I had a team, a wonderful, excellent team, who basically helped push for it. The community helped push for it, and we presented it to the council, and the council passed it. And then, like probably a month later after that, then the mayor signed it. So now it's a law. It's Cariols Law, duty to intervene.
Yes. So can you tell us what exactly does the law entail? Like what
Sure.
does it protect, or how does it protect?
Okay, so there's 6 components to it, and I should have actually just pulled it up, but you can go to cariolslaw.com. I'm gonna pull it up right quick so that I can go straight from it. But one is the duty to intervene. So another officer can't stand there. So what I did would be right nowadays, where before they were saying, nah, that's not what you should have done. And of course it is what I should have done, and it's what I did. And that is why he still lives, where as we saw in Eric Gardner's case, nobody stopped that officer. And in George Floyd's case, and George Floyd's case was one that really affected people because he had his knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And that was, if that's not first degree murder, I don't know what is. But it's ridiculous how they are able to wiggle out of doing wrong, but then we have to pay. Me, when I say we, I'm talking about me and the Nakia case, have to pay for speaking up against the wrongdoings of officers. Like they don't want us to expose what's going on. It's like everybody knows what's going on. So just create change. We want accountability. That's all you have to do. So that's what Cariol is, accountability. So it's 6 components to it. I'll just read this straight from the website. Cariolslaw.com. Cariols Law is a proposal for legislation to have a mandatory statute on police bystander intervention, provide protection from retaliation, require external investigation with mandated reprimanding for abuse of misconduct, creating a required reportable registry. Now in Buffalo, they did not adopt the registry. And I think that's important. So it needs to be amended because now someone can go from the Buffalo Police Department to the Ohio Police Department and there's no checks and balances. So if we had a registry, which needs not only to be a state registry, it needs to be a federal registry that so officers cannot do. So what's covered under the law, as I wrote it, is the duty to intervene when officers pose imminent threat to citizens, accountability for officers neglecting to intervene, protection for officers who do intervene so they will not be fired like I was, accountability for falsifying reports. There were a lot of lies told. So the council pretty much adopted that part. But then there's also section 5, which impacts policy regarding termination and department funding. So, you know, if they don't adhere to Cariols Law, then the funding could be affected. And they didn't adopt that part. And restorative justice for retaliation of whistleblowers, which they did adopt that part. But, you know, so it can go back for 20 years where an officer can go back into court. So it's not just to overturn it, it's to go back into court. So I do have a court date coming up. And, you know, I want it to be public because I don't want anything hidden. Like when I had the hearing, I had to go to court to have it, and they were saying, you know, under 50A that they were trying to basically protect my rights. And I'm like, no, I want people to know what's going on. Because if I've done something wrong, I want people to know everything that happened. Nobody goes through all of that unless I'm crazy, which, or unless I'm innocent, you know, and I didn't do what they said I did.
Right. All right.
So the mayor says, oh, there's more to the Cariol Horne story. Yeah, there is more. And me and Nakia, we talked about it. She was fired one time before for AWOL, and so was I. So they used our injuries. And because we are women, you know, my injury came from being a pregnancy and a hernia from a pregnancy. And I don't know what hers is, but the point is they use that to basically say, oh, they were no call, no show. So when she told me that's what happened to her, I was like, wow, we're like the mother of 5, both of us. like what, after we get a certain number of kids or something, they come after you. I don't know. But, you know, it's like we speak up because we have children and we want the world to be better for our children.
Right. Well, and you have good moral compass. I mean, that's you see what's wrong, so you speak up. I mean, it's what you're supposed to do, like you said. It's what you're supposed to do. So,
right.
Yeah. So,
but
Carol, I'm sorry, I had a question for you. So, in the midst of you trying to defend the suspect who was being choked, you were injured. Huh?
He was handcuffed.
Yeah, right. Sorry. Yes. So he was handcuffed, and
Even
you were
handcuffs.
So you were beat by that officer as well?
I was punched in the face. I have headaches because of that.
And there was no accountability on the police officer for doing that to you?
Nope. I was told it had to be investigated. And I said, how is it that I can go to someone's house and they tell me that their husband beat on them and I can lock them up on information and belief, but I can't tell you that he did this to me and you lock him up? They wouldn't do it.
The double standard.
That's a double standard. It's almost, it's so funny to listen to that part of her story. And then you go back to Jocelyn during my arbitration and them asking my chief, did you investigate when Nakia came to you and said she got death threats? In the arbitration, he said, no.
No.
During deposition, he said, yes, we did an investigation. We investigated her. I thought she wrote the letters and the threats to herself. And I'm like, what? And they sent that paperwork down to BCI twice. Each time it came back, it wasn't her, and they didn't file any other investigations. They investigated me for threatening myself. when you know all I want to do is keep my job. That's it. So it's so funny.
They did the same thing as far as denying my injury. They said I caused my injury. It's not funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. You know what I mean?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
You caused that injury. Wow.
I caused injury.
And it's so funny to hear how many other female officers or even male law enforcement officers that may have walked in the same shoes that we walked in didn't know. I mean, listening to her story, I kept saying, am I getting punked? I told Jocelyn, I said, Jocelyn, when you hear it, you're not going to, I kept on saying, this is not real. It's so, Rachel, when I tell you it's a mirror, our stories are a mirror of one another.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like they have a roadmap of this is how it's supposed to be done.
Exactly.
And
that's how it for the system, period. That's why a lot of our kids are in jail for drugs, selling weed. But now the government's they figured out how to do it. You know, it's like,
or white people can make money off of it.
Exactly.
Right.
Everything you're saying. So you all watch out. We're asking everybody to please, I have it on my Officer Jones page, on my Nakia Jones page. Please sign Cariol Horne's petition. Make sure you all, some of you all do have citizen review boards already. Some of you all that have watched this are high in lawyers. We have some council people. We want you all, we want Cariols Law to be adapted into every single state. Number one, if you do that, you'll have more officers willing to step up. That's exactly the problem. I'm not being funny. And Carol, you can explain to them, you're not going to be able to change law enforcement from the outside in. You got to do it from the inside out. We understand what it's like to walk side by side with them. We understand what they think, how they think. That's why me and her can sit up and tell you there's good officers, but we also know it's some officers that have no business with that badge on.
Exactly.
You all adapt that law enforcement. You need to be getting behind it as well, especially if you good law enforcement, because it's going to protect you. So
that's right.
I expect this, that just like how we voted, you see how powerful and how I kept telling y'all the black vote was going to decide who was the president of the United States. And didn't I tell y'all? Many of y'all kept saying, no, I know what God showed me. If we can be that powerful, we can be that powerful in getting Cariols Law in every single state there is, period. Every state needs to have it.
Right.
Exactly.
I want to show this video. I want Cariol kind of to tell who made it. This video is off the hook. So you can go ahead and just.
Okay, so the video Mama Please was inspired by Drea Denur and Rami Nashashibi from Chicago. He wrote it and Drea interpreted it. And it's beautiful. Now, I knew that, you know, she wanted me to be in the video, but I didn't expect the ending. So, of course, I'm a crybaby. So when I saw the ending, I just cried because I was like, I was not expecting that. But also on the Cariols Law team. So she helped push it. And now Chicago's looking into it, Pennsylvania, New York. So, you know, we're trying to push it. And of course, we're going to do it, Georgia.
Yes.
So we are going to push it because we know that it's something that needs to be done, because there are officers who do want to stand up but are afraid to, which is crazy. I mean, but everything just doesn't make sense. We're trying to make sense of it, right, Nakia?
Absolutely, absolutely. So hold on, I'm gonna show you this. This video is beautiful, y'all. Okay, so y'all know y'all know how I got it.
Yes, bear with her.
George Floyd murder.
This is fire. I mean, when I tell y'all, wait till y'all see it. Let me make sure I'm pulling up the right thing. Okay, I think I got. Yep, I got it there. Okay, hold on, y'all. See, I'm getting it together. Hold on. I think I got it. I think I got it. All right, let me pull this back up. Okay, hopefully it'll pull. Did I do it right? Hold on. Y'all know I'll be a little, hold on, let me go in here. Okay, I got it. Don't talk about me, y'all. Y'all know it. Listen, I'm a little I'm getting better. Okay, I got it. Boom.
Me encouraging you.
Yes, encourage me. Please encourage me.
Very good. Full
here we go.
screen. There you go.
Oh, that one is the one for my son, though.
Oh, is this the one for your son?
Well, that's okay. It's still the Cariols Law one, but he called it Cariols Law because I told you that's what people coming.
Hi, I've been trying to do this video for a minute now, but I keep getting teary-eyed because I think about George Floyd and how he didn't have to die. My name is Cariol Horne. I'm from Buffalo, New York, and I used to be a police officer for 20 years, and I was fired because I stopped my coworker from choking a handcuffed man. And then when I look at George Floyd and I see how his death could have been prevented, but that it wasn't because we have people in place who are supposed to protect us. They don't.
Cariols Law.
We have a black mayor, we have a black police commissioner.
They took it off my mother. They keep killing my brothers. Just looked at the news, then they killing another. How the fuck can they love us? They keep taking our lives, taking fathers from sons, husbands from wives. They kill me, man. My mama, she gon' go crazy. Cause you done killed more than just a black baby. We don't have rights. This modern day slavery. Cause I'm a black man. Is that really why you hate me? They killed George Floyd. They killed Ari, nigga. Burn this bitch down. Fuck your sorry, nigga. He said they Louis shoot. Oh yeah, that was cute. Let's see how I feel when we burn it down your house. Ain't wanna take it then, but he pissed me off. Cause I'm a black man with my back against the wall. Who just out here really trying to live. I fear for my life. I fear for my kids.
I keep screaming on top of my head. They still won't stop. They still won't do anything to stop them. I don't know what to do. My 15-year-old was pulled over last week and the police planted weed in the car.
Cariols Law. My mother saved the man's life and she lost it all. Say what you want, respect that she stood tall. And she told the facts, said fuck a blue wall. Don't believe in that? Then here, let's check the facts. Before Eric Garner, Buff had a Neil Mack. Many almost died. Thank God he's still alive. Greg went low, my mother, man, she went high. Like Michelle Obama. No, thank you from your honor. Instead of being praised, they treat her like Osama. I'm talking Ben Laden, Brown Ben Cabin. Kill the good, keep the bad shit, been happening. I ain't gonna lie, man, shit getting scary, y'all. It takes some balls to stand up for the cause. Cariols Law. Cariols Law.
So not only have I had to deal with what's going on in the police department, but then it's my children and now my grandchildren. So now it's like a generational curse because our black mayor, Byron Brown, our black commissioner, Byron Lockwood, they rather promote like murderers. They rather promote murderers than to deal with police brutality. These white officers are beating our kids down. They do not do anything about it. So now I'm asking that people do stuff or do something who are empowered to do something because this man's death did not have to happen. I've been trying to get someone to sponsor Cariols Law, which will protect officers who do stand up for the public. Nobody will do anything. It's like, why? Like, why would a black man not want to stand up to do the right thing?
I can breathe now, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was so powerful. That, oh my God. I thought it was
My son. That's
that.
not the one that she was talking about. That one was for my son. And you know what really like struck me with that one was how did he feel when he saw that video that I made. And, you know, he turned around and made a song out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It hurt me to think of how he felt when he made that song or when he saw that video. But I thought it was nice, though. I thought it just had the profanity, so I couldn't put it all over like I wanted to because of the profanity. But hey, sometimes when you want your message,
right. And for some of y'all that may have gotten offended, please excuse the cursing. But unfortunately, some of our youth, that's how they express themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that comes with cultural sensitivity as well. I think that we really have to do more cultural sensitivity because we know as African Americans, some of us don't express ourselves the way others. We yell, we may get loud. It doesn't mean we want to hurt you. We're showing you our pain and our passion and our anger and our hurt. And that's what you heard from this young man. He's saying, listen, my mom was a cop. I respected the cops. And then after she stood up for what was right, y'all just threw her through the mud. Come on now, that's pain from him saying, I'm watching this is my mother. So I get it. I totally get it. And I'm so glad that I picked that was the perfect video.
You picked the wrong one on purpose.
On purpose, right, with the purpose. With the purpose.
Yes.
So me and Cariol have been talking and she has inspired me. Oh, she's writing her book. She's writing a book.
Yes. Congratulations.
She's writing a book. You all, we are going to support 100%. We are I can't wait. I just can't wait because I know it's going to be fire. She and I sitting and speaking together. We're going to implement Nakia's Law.
Mm-hmm. Like, yay, tell them what it's about. A snippet.
Yeah. It's going to.
So excited.
It's going to be be put in a position where law enforcement officers that are hurt in the line of duty does not have to worry about being harassed or retaliated on. And let me explain both sides of this thing to you, because number one, as in the community, and Cariol, you can back me on this, you don't want a law enforcement officer forced back to work when they shouldn't be, especially if it's something mentally. That's not an officer you want, because we have split-second decision whether to shoot, don't shoot. If a doctor is saying you're not fit for duty, you don't want that officer. Trust me. Number two, protects the officer because it gives them chance to be able to heal and get better. And if they're not fit for duty, then they have to go and get a different job or disability. But it's going to protect law enforcement officers from having to force themselves to go back to work, or their departments harassing them or trying to force them to go back to work when they're really not fit for duty. So
and I was forced to go back, not to go to the street. I was forced to go back so I could be in a hostile work environment and to have a hearing. So there's a picture of me in the arm brace where I had rotator cuff surgery. After my surgery, I was ordered to come back to work. I was in so much pain and I wasn't going to do it, but the lawyer said, you have to. He said, you have to. And so I went back in pain. And then the deputy commissioner, who was the one that fired me, who's now the commissioner, he says, why don't you have on your uniform shirt? So here I have this ice pack and this thing on my arm. I can't get my shirt on because I can't even lift my arm. And he says, why don't you have on your shirt? I said, I just cried. I said, I just had surgery yesterday. And he said, you can't work. You think?
I know that.
Exactly.
Wow.
I can't understand why is it that it seems like female officers, we are really getting hit hard because the unions fight harder to me for the males. And that's just how I feel in some departments. I'm not going to say in all because I don't know how all, and I would never want to misrepresent when I speak, but I know in my case, my union attorneys did not fight for me like they did the males at all.
They backed out on me.
Yeah, the state of Ohio, you're not even supposed to be fired while out on workers' comp. But I was. It's just so interesting on how we're just watching the snowball effect, and we want to make sure that, number one, we make an impact, because I stand shoulder to shoulder with good law enforcement officers. I get what it's like to be on that side and feeling torn. You're torn because you know the community don't like you and you're trying to really do a good job. You know what I'm saying? But then you're behind enemy lines within your department. That's scary. And both of our chief and our mayors were both Black men.
Same here. Same here.
Oh my Lord. That's so
Right.
embarrassing.
That right there makes you like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? So you see, it's not always a racial thing. And I need
exactly.
It's not always racial. I do believe that it's gender. I do believe that female officers, we do get the short end of the stick, especially Black female officers. We do.
Exactly, especially if you speak out.
Yes.
Well, Black men want access to the patriarchy as well. So y'all was just nothing but sacrifices. That's all. Y'all was nobodies because you know them not defending you, coming in aid of a Black woman. They can sit there and say, "See, I'm different. I'm not like the rest of them." While that gains them access to what they desire, which is to be as close to white power as well, because they look at it as opportunity that they're gonna make more money. So don't take it personal. It's just they wanted that access to the patriarchy, and y'all was just, you know, casual symbols that just fell to the side for them.
I definitely have to take it personal because the thing about it is this person who was beating on people was allowed to stay on the job. And not only was he allowed to stay on the job, he continued to do it. So where he went to jail. Yeah. He eventually was brought up on federal charges and went to jail. He still has his pension and I don't. Even after the law passed, I still don't have my pension.
What color are the people were the ones who made this decision? Because I know it just wasn't one person, right?
Black commissioner, Black mayor. He was a white officer, but he was a bad white officer.
Black mayor, Black chief, and the ones that didn't want me there was white. And when we do finally allow you all to listen to the tape, and Cariol, me and you talked about it. The only reason why I never let that tape go is because at first I kept saying I don't want to stoop low like them. I knew that it was some things on that tape that if I ever let the community hear, it would shake that department up. To hear some of the things that some of those officers were saying, including the mayor, would shake that department to pieces. But now I know it's almost about that time to come out, and most of the people didn't like me were some white officers that didn't care for me at all, that helped investigate me. And it's so crazy to have two Black men. And then, like I told you, my chief was my training officer. So that's what hurt me. I trusted him. And that tore me up. So yeah, I got a problem. That's why I'm saying Black men, it's so important that if you walk in integrity and in that badge and you see that a female officer is being disrespected in any kind of way, if she's being targeted any kind of way and you're not speaking up, I have a problem with you.
Well, but Sean just said, he said it is time for the Black men to step up for our Black women, period.
That part. Period. Cariol, right? That part, Sean. We love you, Sean. We love you so much. Yes, that part. And I think that's when you're going to see effective change too. When you do, I told Cariol, I said, I'm glad I wasn't there. Jocelyn, you know I ain't lying. I said, she might be, I said, because if she had have punched you, I probably have punched him.
Y'all have been too fired.
Two
folks fired.
That's all
I have to say.
Yeah, because I was like, you don't put your hands on her. You know,
were there other officers there at that time too?
There were other officers. After he punched me, and then I was trying to defend myself. When I got ready to defend myself, two officers came between us. Two Black officers and two white officers pulled me back. And I believe that's how my rotator cuff got torn. And then the one white officer, a female officer, told them that I turned around and pushed her full force with my hand, causing injury to her leg. Like I came to officer in trouble call to be the trouble, which is a lie. And she eventually got fired for threatening to kill her boyfriend, who was a lieutenant, his girlfriend. But before she came on, she stabbed her boyfriend, who wound up being her husband. But she still got on the job. And then she caused problems with, excuse me?
Before she became an officer? Wow.
Yeah, and then on the jump on the back scenario, she used that jump on the back scenario with me, another officer, and a female civilian. So she used this jump on the back thing. They went with it because when I said he was choking him, I think some people thought that he was face to face choking him like that.
Right.
So his back would have been exposed to me, but that wasn't how he was choking him. So he was choking him like this, where he was behind him. And we were all face. So I couldn't have jumped on his back because we were face to face. He testified that I didn't jump on his back, but they still found me guilty of it. But even so, with all of that,
wow.
like now it's coming to light. So now, we'll hopefully have another hearing and be able to get my pension. But even if I don't, I'm still going to fight because now there's ways to make money, but it's right is right.
The
Right. The principle.
When we marching.
Like I don't march. Listen, it's time to change laws now.
Yeah.
We can march while we do it though, because I do love that. I love it. Yeah.
I'm the radical one.
I've seen several pictures of you marching.
Yes. Yeah. It's fire.
I love it's empowering to do that. And I have to also give credit to the activists because they march with me, they carry signs, they called, they helped get this law pushed. So it was because of the activists also, and I love them. I love them for that.
They are amazing. They are. That's why I wanted to make sure. Rachel, Jocelyn, I know you all might want to say something. For some of you all of you that support this show, we want to say thank you because we know for a fact that this show helped. We had like 80 or 90 people that weren't going to vote, Cariol, turn around and vote after one of these shows. So we're pushing positive change. We're teaching people their rights. We're moving forward, and we just are not going to be silent. You already took everything from me and this woman, everything. Only thing you couldn't take from us was our God, our integrity, and our love and our perseverance. Our voice.
And your voice.
That's right.
Voice. Yeah,
that's right. And so I cannot wait until we got some things coming up, y'all. Nakia's Law, like I said, it's going to be amazing. I know that I want to implement as well in that law that if you have a hearing and anywhere down the law, and probably we can do the 20 years as well. If you go through that hearing, you can see if it's a hearing and a deposition, and you can see where any party perjures themselves, it's automatically non and void. Because unfortunately in Ohio, arbitration is set up where it's almost impossible to rebuttal it. Whenever the arbitrator says go, it's almost like the Supreme Court almost. He seals it. But I don't think it's fair that if I had perjured myself in any way, they could have fired me immediately.
Exactly.
I could go back to work. So I feel like it should work on both sides.
Yeah, because it was almost like sitting there watching that, it was almost and listening to all the lies. And then when we had to go to the deposition, them saying something totally opposite, and you're looking like, that's not what you said. What? And you're not getting in trouble for that.
And they get away with it.
Yes, you weren't getting in trouble for it. And I'm like, if I recognized it, how come y'all don't see it? Y'all don't hear the same thing I'm hearing?
Right. And then they
don't care because they have control over it, so they don't care.
Right. And then you try to say that you tried to fire me from untruthfulness, but if I put the arbitration and the deposition side by side, you can see the answer where both of them lie. You can see where my mayor said when he was asked, when did you find out about Nakia's car accident? He said out of his mouth, I saw it the same day. I drove right past. I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was a stakeout when my car was totaled. I can put the pictures up here. There's no way in the world you wouldn't know. So it made me think in my mind, was that some kind of warning? Did you know I was in this car and was gonna leave me like this? Like what is going on? And it's just hurtful. It's very hurtful.
He's just a lying sack up.
Right. But you take that pain and you use it for betterment. I just don't want, just like Cariol said, I don't want to see another female officer ever have to walk in the shoes that we walked in, because it's no joke. And honestly, some female officers probably wouldn't have made it through. It's rough. It's
Yeah.
rough.
It is.
It really is. So I wanted to say that we are going to be upgrading the show, y'all. We have a platform where we're going to be, I'll be going into a space and we'll be taping the show starting in January. It's going to have a new look. We're getting a new intro and we're going to have new people on. It's going to be amazing. Number 2, I want to talk about the second book that's coming out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord. I want to also talk about Cariol's book that's coming out, and hopefully we can do a book tour together because that will be fire.
Wow.
Phenomenal.
That will be fire.
Where's Terry at? Terry, put it together.
Terry, yes.
Terry.
When you see Cariol, look for me. We are going to be doing a lot of things together. We are going to be hitting the pavement in Atlanta to get Cariols Law passed. I cannot wait. I'm extremely excited. You all know that I wrote The Shield of Silence, last year? Was it last year, Jay? Or was it this year? Year before last. Huh? Oh, dang, it was year before last.
Year before.
We actually had a few people take a look at it. We have some angel investors that are looking at it now. And it's so amazing because in the second season, I was bringing on my first female officer. So you all that are curious to hear about Cariol's story, the female officer's life is going to be mimicked after hers. So please, you all look, we're going to show the trailer today. And I want to introduce, I'm excited. Y'all know I'm so excited. I want to introduce some new music that is in line to be our trailer, our intro. For our intro. I want you all's feedback. If you like it, if you yes, no, yay, no, yes. Let's keep moving. I really, really do want your impact. I also want you guys to share this thing. Make sure you hashtag Cariols Law. Make sure you sign a petition. Make sure you hashtag Shield of Silence, Cariols Law. I need hashtag that. Let's keep it moving because I'm telling you, the more exposure it gets, you can't turn away from it. We want to put it in your face all the time. Just put it in their face. Cariols Law, Cariols Law. Let's hashtag that. I'm going to show you a small trailer from the Shield of Silence, and then we're going to go with Black King Down, which is going to be, we believe is going to be the new trailer music for the
new the new introduction for Shield of Silence. So I'm going to, when the show is over, I'm going to make sure that I post all of the videos that you've seen today so that you guys can grab the links and share them on your own pages. You can also share tonight's show so that people can see, all the backstory and everything as well.
Absolutely. And then I'm gonna tag you, Jay, with you have the video I sent you yesterday of Drea, the song, the music. You was like,
yes.
So we want to make sure.
And I'll put that one on there too. Okay.
Hold on, give me one. Y'all know it take me a minute to share.
Give a few seconds. We should have like elevator music.
You know what? I cannot with y'all today. Okay. I don't know where that go. I can't mess with. Oh, hold on. Real Jocelyn.
In between music.
Y'all can keep talking while I'm trying to figure this out.
Wait, I'm gonna do like what was that show with the two guys and they're on the elevator and they're like doing this. This is what we should do that when we're in between. You don't remember that?
What show was
What
that?
was the name of that movie? Oh, Night at the Roxbury. That's it.
Oh, I ain't seen it, but I know what you're talking about because the two guys from Saturday Night Live.
That's what they would do whenever they got in the elevator, and the elevator music would come on, and they in between.
Jocelyn, huh?
I was trying to get you your elevator music, and we could just kind of all do while we're waiting. See, Cariol was doing it. See,
you know what? I'm not messing with you. Y'all funny. You are very, very funny. Okay, I think I found it. Let me, I have to do it this way, you guys, because it makes it so much easier for me. I need to get me a young person. Any young people that are kind of computer savvy, I think I need y'all.
Where's my niece at?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm like.
Where is my boobas? They can help.
Oh my God, they would have this all together by now.
They'd be like, "Mommy, move, please. Let me just."
You got it. Okay, let's share screen.
Yeah.
Okay, I think here we go. I think I'm getting it now.
And you're on.
All right.
Queuing it up.
I think, yep, here we go.
Dirty ass cop! Shut the fuck up. It's your boy. It's your motherfucking boy, though. Fuck!
So this has nothing to do with the upcoming election. In Johnstown meeting a black female chief as the face of a station that's flooded with complaints and covering up the injustice of a few corrupt cops.
Captain Steels, I handpicked you for this position because you're qualified. I really don't feel that a woman should be in a position of power. And I'm sure my guys may not take too well to a female, especially a black female, telling them what to do. What about all the officers that died?
To me, all lives matter.
I'm reporting live from Johnstown today, where we're being told that a young African-American male was shot. Information that we're receiving is that he was unarmed. Stay tuned as we give you more information and updates.
Who lives matter? Black lives matter. Who lives matter?
Black lives matter.
Black lives matter. Whose lives matter? Black lives matter.
Told you can't trust no dirty ass kid. Soon as you get in bed with him, start smelling like shit.
Dudes, tell your homeboy or homegirl or whatever the fuck she is to shut her fucking mouth. This is none of her concern. Don't let that so-called white privilege go to your head.
I have watched white officers harass, beat, and demean our young black men and women for years.
Let me be crystal clear about one thing. Where's my son? Will you get justice for them? I just have this really strange feeling. The mayor wants to straight up at the station that we manipulate. I feel like my back is against the wall.
Well, what do the Steel Sisters do when we're backed against the wall? You push back. Exactly.
Until you have watched an officer gun down an innocent child. You hold that child until he takes his last breath. Don't come tell me nothing about no respect. And to make matters worse, when I looked up from this lifeless body to see what kind of monster gunned down this innocent child, the person holding the gun had on a blue uniform. So until the men and women in blue respect our communities and our young black men and women, we won't rest until everyone, especially the police, understand that Black and brown lives matter and are just important as anyone else, including them.
How dare you stand next to me in the same uniform and murder somebody? How dare you? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
But I've also got a badge and a gun, which means I'm a motherfucking god.
Yeah.
That was all right, y'all.
Yeah.
like, I'm hanging on for what's next. I'm like, there's so much to see.
Yes. Okay, y'all know I didn't.
Get your paws on, babe. Get your paws on.
Y'all laughed at me.
No.
All right. So that was the trailer, y'all. It was. I just want to see how you guys felt. What did you think, sis? What'd you think? And that was just a small clipping.
That was excellent.
Oh man.
And wait, I want to see. You said you did a season already?
A whole season is done. All we got to do is tape it. It's already written.
Okay.
Oh, the whole first season is ready to go.
And it's fire. It is, when I tell you it's fire, and then we gonna get together and collab on some stories.
See, that is excellent though, because you continue to think of ways to bring awareness. So that's excellent, because some people don't like to march, some people don't like to write letters, some people don't like to make phone calls, but they will sit down and watch something. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
And
So
that was
this song,
mindset. You know, we realized that people would rather watch television or could watch videos or what, you know, and that will hold their interest more than a book, more than even a person getting up talking. So the object is to captivate the audience that we aren't able to grab a hold to in any other way. And a lot of the younger generation, you know, who are just kind of like, I don't want to read a book. Not that they don't like to read, it just doesn't hold their attention as much.
right.
They don't like to read. Some of them don't like to read.
And I wanted to make sure that we were represented correctly, because
That's
I
right.
they represent Black women in a lot of shows that's not who we are. And I wanted to make sure we got a voice so that you're going to get to see the good, the bad, the ugly in everybody. And everybody, it's not going to be one-sided, so you're going to get to see those things. And I want it to be so real that we'll be going to 30, 40 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
SVU worthy. SVU
worthy. Yes.
So reform takes place, you're going to have plenty of episodes.
Yes, because I can't wait till we do the episode with Cariols Law. That episode is going to be fireworks. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be amazing.
I have to introduce you to Cheryl Dorsey also. She's in California. So there was a, I'm going to think of the name of the picture, but she helped co-write it because she understands, she got a retirement, but she still understands the experiences that we had gone through.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to talk to her. Mm-hmm.
Is Cheryl the one that you met when you went to TD Jakes show? Which officer was that you met when you went to?
She's a retired
she's in
California.
Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey.
Yes, Dorsey. She was on the
That's
show
who she
with me.
Yeah, that's what she met.
It's a small world. It's so it's such a small. I cannot wait for all these women. Just I'm very excited. I'm extremely excited of where we're going and the things that we're doing. You all, we want to definitely thank Carol. I want to thank you for being on this platform. Thank you we talked 3-4 hours yesterday?
About 4 hours.
About 4 hours. We couldn't get off the phone. It was crazy. I'm grateful to be a part of your team, to meet you, and to be a part of our team. We're about to do some amazing things. I wanted to thank you, Jocelyn, Carol. If you want to say anything before we go any further, I was gonna let you guys say your goodnight, so we would end the show with the Black King Down video. You all, please let me know if you feel like this song is trailer worthy. You all put in there hashtag Netflix, hashtag Hulu, hashtag BET. I want all that hashtag. Let them fight over it, because you know we've had a few hits there, here or there, but we want people to fight over this show. We need to make sure that our stories stay alive. Period.
Exactly. I just want to say thank you. I'm glad that we finally got to talk. And like we said, I mean, our conversation could have went on and on and on. I don't think either one of us got tired of the conversation, but it's like we had so much that we had to talk about. And it was like, okay, well, we need to do this, we need to do that first. But, as far as you making the trailer and everything, I thought that was excellent because you were still utilizing your time instead of being down and depressed. And, you get like that, but you still were making progress. And I like that. And that's why I wanted to reach out to you in the beginning, because I knew how you can take the nosedive, And Jocelyn, I guess you're a great friend because I just keep hearing your name.
I try. It was rough. It was rough watching her go through that. Someone standing there trying to be the shoulder to cry on, and sometimes not knowing what to say and just being present in the moment. Sometimes that was very stressful, and not wanting her to even bear that burden of me being under any stress. So I didn't have nobody to tell about it. So I would just have to hold it in. So I'm happy that the two of you finally did get to meet. It's nice to be able to know that she wasn't the only one that went through this, and for her to kind of have somebody to bounce that off of, because I was not a cop. Even though I went through this with her, it wasn't happening to me. So it's nice to be able to have somebody to have.
Talk to DeLacy Davis. He's the first person that I talked to who truly understand what I went through, and all I did was cry, because it was like, wow, somebody who understands. So when it happened to her, I didn't want her to go through what I went through. But Lacey Davis is a male. He wasn't fired, but he understood, and while he was on the job, he was still trying to make a difference. So that the strong Black man that I wanted to look up to, but I didn't have it here.
Yeah. Well, I'm so blessed to have met you now, finally, and we are going to move on through and keep on trailblazing. Yeah, I'm excited. If you're done, I was going to go ahead and just thank everybody for, oh my gosh, all the support of it. I mean, 2020 is almost over, so I just want to thank all of our followers and viewers for making Voices of Vision what it is today. We're 19 episodes in. By the end of the year, what did I say? We have 22 episodes for the year. And I'm hoping that we'll have many, many more next year. We're going to double that next year. So we got a lot of plans. And so I just wanted to thank the viewers, because without you guys, there would be no Voices of Vision. So thank you for that. And I also wanted to thank everybody who reached out to me. My aunt passed this week. And so I just wanted to thank everybody that reached out to me and gave their condolences and their prayers. And I just wanted to let you know that I felt that, and it did help me get through. Yesterday was a really tough day. So today is a better day. So just thanks, guys.
Rach.
Okay. Just, very grateful to meet you, Cariol. Thank you for being a strong Black woman that white men are afraid of. And, when you just said, I didn't want it to happen to him too. It's sad that this is happening to anybody if the society is taught to hold officers in the greatest regard, but you won't let anything happen to Black officers, which is just amazing to me. But we know how this world works. So thank you for doing the right thing, even when other people chose not to. And I'm assuming in that video, that guy was with you, the one who you prevented from being choked to death. Is that correct?
Yeah. That was Neil. That is Neil.
Yeah, so thank you for doing the right thing when other people chose not to. Thank you for being strong. Thank you for being a leader, and thank you for lending your voice to us tonight. Whatever we got to do, if I got to get information, I became radicalized recently, so whatever we need to do, you need me to go see somebody, I just need the name. I got you. So, but they laughing because they know I'm serious. I used to not be this way. So, but I'm ready to do what needs to be done. So
that's our radical one there on the shelf.
Yes.
There you go. Put it up.
I put the wrong one up. Which one is it? My left or right?
It's whichever one you put up, whichever one you want to like, bam.
Put up both.
There you go, Kai.
Yes. No justice, no peace. We just want to
Oh,
thank you
yeah,
guys.
gotta do Cariols Law. You got
Yes, Cariols
Yes.
Law. I need a shirt. I need a shirt. I need
Yep,
to wear my
got it.
shirt. I need a
Got you.
shirt. We love y'all. We're gonna end with Black King Down. This was gonna probably be our new trailer for the Shield of Silence. You all let us know if it's something that you guys yes, or nay. I need you guys' participation because we want this thing to go big. It's the thing is, you say you want to support Blacks. Support the ones that are in your corner, that are making a difference for you. And we're asking you to support us women. We need
That's
your
right.
support. So support all of us. Hashtag Cariols Law. I want you guys to get on my page, sign that petition. I want you to go into your mayor's office, Congress office, start talking about that law. Let's get that law implemented in every single state. That is our goal. I love you. God bless you. And we're going to end with Black King Down. Now, hopefully I got this right. Don't even say nothing, Jocelyn. I think I got it. Hold on. Oh, see, you know what? That's the reason why I can't even with Jocelyn. Now I got to figure out how they. All right, here we go. All right, I think I got it. I think I know what I'm doing. I'm excited. Oh, let me push pause first. This is really a nice jam, y'all. I'm so serious. Am I sharing it already? Oh, I am sharing it.
Yes, you are sharing.
Wow. Okay. All
Very
right.
good.
This is Black King Down. Let me know what you think, you guys.
Hands up, it's the motherfucking pre-mix, yikes. Hey, what's the pre-mix? Yeah, that's the mix before the song. Hey, who wanted justice? Hey, I'm all the way up on my high horse, no tonto. Came all the way up in the game like Benny Blanco. Speeding up the freeway in the all-white Bronco. Oh, my Elks, who got the juice? Let's get it on. So we needed your concern with assassination of Mike Brown. I need to speak my piece, that's why I won't put this mic down. We bleeding in the streets, you copping the plea right now. It's wrong to kill police, but it was wrong to kill Mike Brown too. Hey, come to hook. Somebody city gon' burn before these motherfuckers gon' learn the deal. Crazy how the tables done turn. A couple cops down, now they showing proof. I know that Black King down. The verdict of the 3 officers and various charges, including manslaughter, weapons endangerment. We understand the case that the judge has decided not guilty. Righteous, look. Well, I might as well stride while the iron is hot, right? It's like we start out with stride before we step to the plate, right? Police put out the iron on him like he escaped, right? From fair penitentiary, kind of insane, right? For selling loosies in New York, damn near broad day. Lies, they fabricated scuffle cause it was a fake fight. Had to justify the homicide and plan to escape, right? And they plan to take to own him and they plug him with 8, right? We talking about Mike Brown, man, we talking to Mir, right? We talking about Eric on and see this word that appear, like Freddie Ray was a star that broke the camel's back. And the Baltimore police, they damn near cracked his back like Carol practice. Mike Brown shot down in the street like Target practice. Like an animal, there's a bullseye on you, black kicks. And I'm feeling for the justice like an addict. And you will never blow my high, cause I can break it down. I know that Black King down. I know that Black King down. I know that Black King down. On the soul of Trayvon Martin, Luther King Jr. The good die young, but the good black die sooner. The hood shed tears enough to fill a room up. I swear for God, we about to round the goons up, about to strap the tools up. Got cannons and bazookas, AKs and ARs. My intentions to do ya. It was nice to know ya. Revenge is a dish that is better served cold. Frigidale, hallelujah. Hold up, homeboy, that was just a dream sequence. We gon' rap for non-violence, right down to the precinct. You write down the business of this police and unlawful stopping the season plus unlawful squeezing. A triggers when the verbal is pointed right at my people. Plus he had his hands up like he was up in the steeple, singing the Almighty Gospel Choir Cathedral, saying we gon' fight and earn things for nations. I know that I can't down. I know that I can't down. I know that I can't down. Yeah. Hands up, don't shoot, don't shoot. You got a black on store, I'll never loot, but I need a TV. Baby needs some shoes, but take it from my people, man. That's something I'll never do. Hands up, don't shoot, don't shoot. You got a black on store, I'll never loot, but I need a TV. Baby needs some shoes, but take it from my people, man. That's something I'll never do. It's a good day. Look. Woke up this morning thinking that police is looking kind of fraud. How they gonna decide who live or die? It's like they playing God. Terrorism on our own soil like Johnny Jihad. My knees are so cold from praying so hard. My eyes are so dry from crying my Lord. You pray to your God, you pray to Allah. We pray to the sky, can't take it no more. Maybe it's the movement, taking it on. All over the world.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Everybody.
All right, y'all. We off. That was a good show.
It passed fast.
Yes.
That was a really good show.
It went by so quick though.
It did go by real. It went by
You're still
really
recording,
quick.
Kai. You're still recording.
Oh, let me turn this off. Oh Lord, look.